No.
What time is it?
Jasper Skytram. Alauna. Yeah. Picture, picture. Saan?
Such a, yeah.
That's a right.
But you have to prove it since May. You proved it.
Skytram.
The next flight to board will be number 41 at 2 o'clock. Would all passengers with tickets for flight number 41 at 2 o'clock please proceed to the pre-boarding area. Thank you.
Or like a seesaw teeter-totter, one car up, the other car down. Now we are not like a gondola system. We don't have those many cars that go round and round. We just have the two cars that go back and forth. Having said that, we're a little bit more energy efficient because when we stop, our motors stop. Whereas on a gondola system, their cables are constantly going around, constantly using electricity. Also, as you'll see when we pass the other car, that they're also full going down. So gravity's pulling them down and pulling us up. So we're using less electricity. Now folks, I do realize it is quite crowded on the car here today. We have been very busy the last few days because of the nice weather. There may be some things I point out you can't quite see, but when you get to the top on the decks, folks, that's your $1,000,000 view. If you can look to the right of the back window, you'll see the town of Jasper coming into view. Now it is in the valley floor. Its elevation is about 1,100 meters. The permanent population in Jasper is just over 5,000 people. Now Jasper also has what's known as a ghost population. Now that can be as much as 1,500 people, and it makes up the seasonal workers that you'll see at a variety of places around town. That's why you hear a variety of different accents, including at this facility here. And even though we've passed the full heights of our season, folks, there still can be about 8,000 or 10,000 people in and around the immediate area of Jasper on any given day. So when we left the lower terminal, we were at about 1,300 meters. Now that's about 200 meters above the valley floor. When we arrive at the top, we'll be at about 2,300 meters. That's about 200 meters below the summit. That's a 1 kilometer, 1,000 meter vertical lift. Remember that number. And the track that we follow is about 2.2 kilometers in length. And our total time up the mountain from the bottom to the top is about 7.5 minutes. Now, if you've been in Jasper for a day or two, you may notice there's lots of trains that come through town. Jasper is on the main line for the Canadian National Railroad, and we can have a train coming through town as often as about every 15 minutes. Now, we are soon going to come up to and pass around our single support tower. It's about 2/5 of the way up the mountain. It's 20 meters tall. As we pass around it, we're actually going to change the angle going up the mountain. We are on a pivot above us. What happens is the car sways a little bit from front to back. Now, it's a very gentle sway, folks. It's kind of like being on a big swing, but just watch that you don't lose your balance. That's the important thing. You'll see there's a couple guys working on it. They're doing some standard maintenance they do every year on it. So here we go, folks. There's the push. And that's the release. And that's about as close as we get to a roller coaster, folks. Now, if you look off to my immediate left, you'll see the other set of cables. If you can follow them up the mountain and behind me, you'll now see your other car coming down. Of course, we are going to pass it at exactly halfway. Our traveling speed today is 6.5 meters per second, about 23 kilometers an hour. So when we pass it, it's like passing a car on the highway. You add the two speeds together. So we're going to pass it at a relative speed of about 46 kilometers an hour. Now, it does go by quite quickly, folks. We like to give them a little wave as they go by. There we go. Not really paying attention to us at all, are they? So since we are quite crowded, what I'm going to do is give you a panoramic view of the mountains. That way everybody gets a little bit of a view. I start off to the left here, work my way right around the back of the car all the way back to this mountain here. So to the far left, cutting off the valley, about 20 kilometers from here, we have the Yellowhead Mountain Range. It's part of the Alberta-BC border. It's also part of the Continental Divide. That means that all the waters to the west of it will flow to the Pacific Ocean. All the waters to the east of it flow either to the Atlantic or the Arctic Ocean. Now, it is part of the spine that goes up and down North America from Alaska all the way down into Mexico. Now, from that mountain range almost directly behind us, we have the Victoria Cross mountain range. A lot of the peaks in that range are named after recipients of the Victoria Cross medal, except notably the last mountain in the range, almost directly out the back window, aptly named Pyramid Mountain, just under 3,000 meters tall. Again, remember that number, folks. Now, the Victoria Cross medal is the highest military medal that you can get in the British Commonwealth. To the right of the back window, behind the town of Jasper, that grey mountain range, as they call it, mountain range. To the far right, we have the Moline mountain range. The first sloping mountain is Signal Mountain. The first bold-faced mountain is Mount Takara. Now, the mountain range that we are in is the Trident Mountain Range, and this is the Whistlers with an S. We are not Whistler Mountain in BC, folks. There's no skiing on this mountain. As you can see, the outer shell is made up of very loose rock. We call that loose rock scree. You don't ski on scree, folks. It does make very good ski routes. So we're about to pass above the tree line. Now, the tree line on this mountain and in this area is at about 2,100 meters, and about a third of Jasper National Park is actually above the tree line. You notice that the last few trees are quite small, quite sparse. The growing season up here is very short, 60 to 90 days. The little trees grow about 1 millimeter per year. Those little trees are over 200 years old.
These? Wow.
So above the tree line, we are in an alpine tundra. We do have mosses, we do have wildflowers. Again, because of that short growing season, it can take as much as 50 years for a flower to bloom up here. So folks, do remember, you are in a national park. It is illegal to remove any of the natural features up here or anywhere in the park. As they say, take only photographs, leave only footprints. And we have a bit of a treat today, folks. Again, if you look off to the left, off to the west, you see a mountain that looks like someone's taking a big bite of it. That's Mount Bridgman. It's just a little bit farther to the left, completely snow-capped in the background, Mount Robson. Mount Robson is the highest point in the Canadian Rockies at 3,951 meters. We don't see it very often, about 10% of our running time, or about 30 days during our season. This year, because of the smoke and haze, we've even seen it less than that. To give you some perspective, the mountain range in front of us, 20 kilometers away. It's 75 kilometers away, almost 4 times the distance. To give you another perspective, take Pyramid Mountain behind us. Add the distance we've gone up on this tram, 1 kilometer to the top of it. That's how tall Mount Robson is. So we are slowly to come into our upper terminal. In the upper terminal itself, there are washrooms and a gift shop on the main floor. The second floor has a restaurant. Now, it has this nice panoramic view. It has a nice little menu. It does have some beers and wines. It even has some craft beer, some crafted right in Jasper itself. Now, there are decks on both sides of the building. There are placards on the decks that will explain a little bit more about the area. If you go to car 2 side, it'll show you exactly where Mount Robson is. And there's a boardwalk that takes you around the back of the building. Now, if you are so inclined, you can go off that boardwalk, folks. Now, when you do so, you are off our property, off our leasehold. You have no jurisdiction back there. You're back completely in Parks Canada land. So your safety and your security is your responsibility and the responsibility of Parks Canada. So do be careful back there. In other words, walking on the trails back there, it's like walking on any trail anywhere else in the park. So just be careful. So if you do go back on the trails, folks, we do recommend you take a little bit of water with you. It's easy to get dehydrated or altitude sickness up here. You might feel a little bit faint, a little bit lightheaded, a little bit nauseated. We don't want that to happen to you, folks. It's not fun for you, it's not fun for us. So make sure if you're going on the mountain, you have a little bit of water with you. And when you are ready to come down, you can't quite see, but it is very busy up here. There's a podium right in the center of the upper terminal. Just talk to the people there. They'll arrange